Hi, it's Paul, and in this video I'm an old man with the next bit of how I got started trying to sell t-shirts and other merchandise on Redbubble. And it occurs to me that actually I probably should get a t-shirt printed with buy my t-shirts on redbubble.com or whatever. Another marketing opportunity missed. Oh well. Link to the store in the description below, just saying. The actual beginning of this journey was a long time back while doing some tool reviews when I realised I wanted to get my brand a bit more into the picture. That is the old man with name, if you like. And the brand bit itself goes back even further to when I started the website and YouTube channel 4 and a bit years ago. When I first started all of this, one thing I was clear on at the time was I wanted a simple name to front everything. So there's actually an old man with identity across most of the social media platforms, even though generally you'll only find me on here or on the website at the moment. So old man with was there from the beginning, and then a year or so ago I wanted to make a bit more of it. I'd seen some of the channels I watch creating branded merchandise to sell, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. Now, I'm fully aware that my channel and my brand doesn't have sufficient appeal in and of itself to sell branded merchandise per se. There's no real impetus for people to buy an oldmanwith.com t-shirt just in and of itself. But I thought for me, nonetheless, it would look good to seem to take the brand seriously. So stick it on some garments just to wear in the videos. So in order to do this, I bought a Cricut Maker. A Cricut Maker is a vinyl and other stuff cutting machine. And I created some garments with iron on vinyl, like this. And it was all good and I was happy with that. And then I made a few more t-shirts and stickers and stuff for friends and family, and people started saying, hey, you could make money at this. Now, to drift off track for a moment, I've spent a lifetime hearing people saying that in everything from plumbing to weldering to tailoring to t-shirt printing, because I've played around with all of those things. I didn't play around with plumbing and welding. I did plumbing and welding and a number of other construction and engineering based things. But in each case, it's been perfectly true. I could, if I wanted to, make reasonable money in that sphere of operations, if you like, in time. But the problem is that one is then turning what is a hobby or an interest into a job. And there's a huge difference between a hobby and a job. Even if one does a job that one finds interesting and rewarding, which I did, my job was interesting and rewarding to me, mostly. The purpose of a hobby or interest is to take you out of that world and into a hopefully more relaxing, less pressured world that you enjoy doing just to get yourself away from work. So if one turns one's hobby into a job, one then has all the pressures of job to go with hobby. Things like paying the mortgage, feeding the family, and all the financial stuff. There's time and attendance pressure, because if you're working for somebody else, you are obligated to turn up when they want you to turn up and stuff. I was fortunate to stumble into a good series of jobs, employment, that kept the money coming in for the best part of 40 odd years. So while I was employed, I wasn't about to throw all that in to chance my arm with a career change and self-employment. And now I'm retired and I don't have any desire to go back to work per se. And the other hugely important for me, and the other hugely important thing for me personally is that I'm utterly shocking at self-motivation. So self-employment, which I have done long time ago, is really not a good place for me. Some people love it, it works for some people, it does not work for me. So in short, I'm not prepared and never have been to step into a career printing t-shirts, making stickers, doing plumbing or welding or sewing or tailoring full time. However, since I started thinking about printing t-shirts, I've also been compiling a list of slogans and motif ideas to go on them. And originally I thought I'd make a few up, wear one every couple of weeks in a video, a different one, just to make people laugh, and then everyone can get on with their life. And I had a bit of a niggle in the back of my head about, well, what if somebody watches a video and says, where'd you get that t-shirt? Then I'd have a problem, because like I say, I wouldn't particularly want to be making the t-shirts to send out and sell to people. Then 3 or 4 weeks ago, literally only 3 or 4 weeks ago, I discovered print on demand. Print on demand then is a service provided by numerous suppliers who will take your t-shirt design or other artwork and put it on your chosen media, which can be pretty much anything. You can t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, sweatpants, leggings, artwork like canvas frames, plates, coasters, mugs, you name it. If it's a solid printable object, a lot of the print on demand companies can put what you have designed onto an object, and then they send it on to the customer. Now, I'd always known that even locally there's businesses that I could take a design and get someone to put it on a t-shirt. I wasn't interested in doing that. Like I say, I bought a cricket so I could do it myself. But what I didn't realise was the full extent of what's actually available. There's companies like Zazzle where you can design a t-shirt on their website, or any other gift type item on their website, upload it, do the same a few times more, open a store, all at no cost to you, and sell your wares to the public. Zazzle print the shirt, so if somebody buys it, Zazzle print the shirt or whatever it is, and they dispatch it, and they deal with returns if the person has decided it's the wrong size or whatever. So, all good. So as one does, I watched a few videos on print on demand, most of which were telling me how I can make a 5-figure income with seemingly no effort. And I thought, oh, it sounds a little bit too good. So I did a bit more research, and I opened an account on T-Mill, which is another print on demand supplier. T-Mill's a UK-based company, and once I had my account, I quickly realised that they come across as quite an ethical organisation used by a lot of environmentally conscious, nice people, and that's very good. But some of my ideas, some of my designs are a little bit, maybe they're a bit old school, a bit adult, and involve things that aren't necessarily environmentally friendly, like big American V8 engines and swearing and adult, over 18 stuff. And there doesn't seem to be much of that on T-Mill. So, okay, let's put T-Mill back on the shelf for the minute. I watched a few more videos and then found Zazzle who do host adult category content, and I opened a store on there. And up until a couple of days ago, that was where I was going to be. But Zazzle is actually quite complex in some ways to upload onto, and it also hosts modifiable content. So one could create a t-shirt that, for instance, says, Louise's hen party on tour. And each person ordering that t-shirt can personalise it to their own name as the hen party member or whatever. Or you could upload a greeting card with the option of buyers being able to personalise it with from the Higgins family or whatever. So Zazzle was nearer to what I wanted, but not quite what I wanted. I'd already looked at Redbubble, but saw a few videos that said it didn't pay much, and I'd put it aside for that reason, because despite the fact that I'm not in this to make money, I'm also not in it to do it for nothing. So whilst I don't want to earn income from it, I do want the concept to make money, because that will go to support this YouTube channel. That's the whole point. So I went back to Redbubble, opened an account, uploaded 5 designs, which is what you need to do, and opened a store. And that's where I am now, with about 20 designs as of January the 26th, 2025, which is today. But Paul, what about Redbubble not paying much? Well, yeah, that's pretty much standard across all the platforms in one way or another. Out of the amount that every print-on-demand platform will charge for a t-shirt, say that much, let's say £20 for a t-shirt. What you will get out of that transition is that much, maybe £1, maybe £2 if you're really lucky. You won't get a lot out of it until you sell in sufficient volume for them to say, okay, we'll increase your margins because we're shifting a lot of content, if you like. And as I say, that's pretty much standard across all the platforms, and I'll talk a little more about that in the third video, the next one along. I'll also talk about Amazon merch on demand and explain a bit about my opinion as to why, when it all looks so easy to make money, it most likely isn't. For me, as I've mentioned earlier and in the first video, and just then, the aim is not to make huge income. I'm just trying to find a way to get my ideas out there without starting a new career printing t-shirts in my shed. And any money that does come in will go straight back into the channel, and that's it. Job's a good one. So that'll do for part 2. Hope it helps. Comments and questions below, down where the link to the Redbubble store is. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.